This is my presentation on leadership. This was a presentation I had to do for my grad school class, and I chose to do leadership because it's something that I struggle with. And I've been searching for answers as I looked to move up into a leadership position as an administrator, questioning myself, do I have what it takes to lead? Right now, the answer is no. For me, the hardest part, the biggest struggle, was defining leadership. I spent literally 5 days erasing it. Leadership is serving. Leadership is influence. Leadership is tuna. In the end, leadership is what you make of it. Leadership is how you make people feel. Leadership is how people make you feel. It's like music, how it just touches your heart. Certain songs touches part of your heart. That's leadership. Successful leadership starts by leading yourself. You have to know who you are, because that's what you pass on. So before becoming a leader, you have to invest time in yourself. Even as a leader, you have to invest time in yourself. D. Hock said, invest at least 50% of your time in yourself. This prepares you for the emotional roller coaster. As a leader, you're going to have to deal with a lot of emotions. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. There's going to be a lot of pressure. And in the end, you're making the decision. You will be questioned. You have to know that who you are is who you are, and what you're doing is for a good cause. And your effect is essentially how you make others feel. So you have to be prepared. For Pat Summitt, that ingredient, preparation, was emotional maturity. Are you prepared to manage the emotions of others? You have to understand what other people are saying through their emotions. In this Peanut cartoon, Charlie Brown is saying that he's scared. He doesn't want to lose. That's frustration. He takes it out on everyone else. How does that make everyone else feel? It creates a negative and toxic environment. Leaders need to know how to create a positive one. This is the video on creating a positive work environment.
Google isn't just finding the latest movie times, getting directions to the nearest donut shop, or reading reviews and searching out Christmas gifts. There's a real company with real workers behind that popular search engine. And it's popularly known as a great place to work. Why? Because the culture is both supportive and positive. Company officials offer bonuses, meals, trips, parties, and other perks that help to keep employees happy and the work environment a positive one. A lot of research has shown that working in a positive environment has numerous benefits for individual employees and the business as a whole. Positive workplace culture is an uplifting atmosphere influenced by the values, beliefs, underlying assumptions, attitudes, and behaviors shared by a group of people, according to The Balance, an online source of experts for business and finance. Let's take a look at some of the most common benefits experienced as a result of fostering this type of workplace culture. Just about every area of business benefits from a positive workplace culture. Here are a few examples. Enhanced health. Workplaces that are negative or full of stress often breed poor health conditions, ranging from physical pain to mental and emotional stress. In fact, the American Psychological Association recently calculated that the U.S. economy loses more than $500 billion every year due to workplace stress. Positive culture in a workplace can reduce the amounts of stress and, in turn, the instances of health problems. Better employee engagement. When employees are happy in a positive workplace, they work harder, are more focused, and are more engaged in the work they need to do. When employees are unhappy, stressed, or exposed to a negative workplace environment, they tend to disengage, which negatively impacts productivity and the bottom line. Employees who are more engaged in their work also work more efficiently and make fewer mistakes. Greater loyalty. When a positive workplace culture is fostered, employees are happier, more committed to their employer, and more loyal. Reduced turnover in the workplace is good for everyone, not the least of which the business, which doesn't have to endure the time and expense of hiring and training new workers. Fewer absences. Remember the first benefit we discussed, better health? Healthier employees are less likely to be absent from work, which can cost employers a significant amount of money in terms of productivity loss. Better business performance. A healthy and positive workplace breeds workers who give their all and are committed to getting the job done, no matter what. Additionally, since there are less negative workplace influences, like stress, in this type of culture, individual and overall business performance improves. Increased innovation and creativity. A positive workplace is one where creativity is allowed to flourish. Employees in this environment aren't distracted by problems or negativity. Instead, they can focus on innovating, problem solving, and creating unique solutions that will appeal to customers and set a business apart from its competitors. Stronger brand relations. If you think people in your community don't hear about what it's like to work at your organization, get your head out of the sand. Negative workplaces are viewed critically by friends and family, while positive workplaces enjoy strong brand perception. In fact, the better your company looks, the more people you'll have clamoring to work there, and you can stock your staff with superstar employees. Tip-top teamwork. When things in the workplace are positive, things between employees are generally more positive as well. This makes collaboration and teamwork second nature. Employees are excited to work together in innovating, planning, and making decisions, because there's an understanding that when the team succeeds, the individuals and the business succeed as well.
As you can see, the leader has an opportunity to create a positive work environment, a culture that promotes growth, confidence, and success in everyone that they lead. Successful leaders foster a successful team culture. Essentially, you're passing on the goodness, the benefits, the reasons why you should lead them. That's why sports attracts so many people, because so many people feel connected. They feel like a family when they're watching sports. This is why we invest so much into yelling at the TV. It's like, what are you doing over there, son? Communication is key as a leader. We communicate what we want, how we communicate our expectations. We communicate the rules. We're communicating the boundaries. It's all important that it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. It's how you make others feel when you communicate. That's effective communication. So as a coach, you can yell and scream, but what message are they getting? For me, the consummate leader and a person that knows who they are, understand what character is Pat Summitt. And we'll watch this video and then I'll talk about it afterwards.
So take us to a moment where you experienced victory the first time, because we know you hate to lose, but that taste of victory clearly stuck with you. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember the first loss, probably more than the first win. And we played Mercer University. They were good. And I knew after the game that I just didn't do a good job, you know, and I was young and I just wasn't experienced enough, or confident enough probably. And I remember calling home and my mother answered the phone and we were chit-chatting and she goes, "Trish, how you doing?" I go, "I'm doing great, Mom." Never even asked me about the game. Probably didn't even know we were playing. Or if she did, she probably just forgot about it because she never was into sports. And I said, "Is Dad there?" And she said, yes. And I said, is it okay if I talk to him? And because he didn't like talking on the phone much. And she said, yes. So she handed him the phone, and I've never heard him say hello. He said, all right. Well, I was so nervous because I knew, he knows how competitive we all are, and he's competitive. And I said, hey, Dad. And he goes, did you win? I said, no, sir. We lost. Long pause. And I didn't know what he was going to say other than you need to get out of coaching. But he said, so you lost? I said, yes, sir. He said, let me tell you one thing. You don't take donkeys to the Kentucky Derby. You better get you some race horses.
Wow.
And he hung up. He never said bye. He never said hello or goodbye.
Right.
But I knew what he was saying to me. And it really shaped me in terms of my philosophy to understand that you win in life with people. Mm-hmm. It's not about me. I've never scored a basket for the University of Tennessee, and I'm starting my 36th year. It's all about the people you surround yourself with and what they bring to the court, to the game, and to understanding that it is a team concept and they have to do it together.
Anybody who knows you and knows this program knows that you love to teach.
I do.
Talk about how you teach life lessons to these wonderful young ladies who come through your program. What specifically are you trying to release them into the world after they've played in your program? What are you really trying to ingrain in them?
That when they leave here, obviously, they leave here with a college degree. Hopefully, they leave here with a national championship. But the most important part of that is they leave here as confident young women that are ready to go out into the world and be secure in who they are and move forward and be successful. And when our student athletes leave here, they're ready for the world. I have no doubt that they are going to be successful in whatever they do.
What are the non-negotiable essential characteristics to a championship team?
Well, I think first and foremost for us, it's always been offense sells tickets, defense wins games, rebounding wins championships. And I think it's to understand what our goals are, and we want to meet those. And we want everyone to be committed to that. You might have an off shooting night, but you should never have a bad night on defense and rebounding. You should never have a bad night or an off night on lack of communication. We have to be in this together. And I think when they understand, it's not about the individual. We are winning for our team. We're winning for our university and for the greatest fans in women's basketball.
Pat Summitt made building character her job. Winning second. Character is the only way to sustain success. And she sustained success as the University of Tennessee women's basketball coach for 38 years, for those that you don't know. In her passing, she's remembered not only for her wins and her championships, she's remembered for the lives she changed. Like she said, in the end, you win with people. Leadership is what you make of it. It is the imprint you want to leave on the world. And that's what I learned. That was my takeaway from taking this class, Mcaa 530. That I might not be ready now, but I am prepared to learn what it takes to make someone feel successful, to make my students feel successful every day, to make them feel confident, to make them feel like they can make a difference, to make them see their best selves. I have a lot of goals and I have a lot of learning to do. And I'm willing to prepare and I'm willing to do the work. I'm ready.